So good afternoon. I'm Meg Keen. I'm the director of the Australia Pacific Security College here at the Australian National University. But I'm also someone who's spent really the last 30 years working in the Pacific on issues of security and on development and been involved in educational programs, predominantly professional education programs, graduate education programs, to share knowledge across the Pacific and work with Pacific Islanders about learning the lessons, learning from each other, and getting a better understanding of possible pathways forward. The Australia Pacific Security College is intended to be an educational asset for the region. It concentrates on the broad definition of security as was defined by the Pacific leaders. So we're concerned about climate security, human security, resource environmental security, and traditional security. And our courses span, and our activities span, all of those aspects of security. Fundamentally important to us is our courses are all about partnerships. All the courses are designed with Pacific Island people. That is, those that have asked for the course. They might be agencies, they might be governments, NGOs. About a third of our staff is from the Pacific Islands, so they too are able to have an input on appropriate design. The courses themselves are very much structured around an action learning framework, a learning by doing, a learning from each other. So it's not about just a one-way street conveying of information. It's about sharing that information, hearing others' views, learning what else is happening in the region, learning what's happening around the globe. We bring in internationally leading experts on various topics of concern, and then explore those issues and create our own pathways. We try to have a process of continual improvement, so we don't just evaluate immediately after the course, because the real test of our learning is when you go back to the place that you work in, with the people you work with, does that learning make a difference? And so we follow that up, and we're continually tweaking the courses and having people, we hope, come back and keep advancing their learning. So that's why we want to keep working with the people in the Pacific, because the whole learning model is about those partnerships. It is about working together, learning together, and trying to make the Pacific as secure as possible and really be able to take advantage of development opportunities and opportunities to build resilience.